You have to do this in order to let it be in small balls. You have to have a side bowl in order that when you find out that some have become bigger than others, then you separate the bigger ones from the small ones, as she's doing. As you can see, these ones are the bigger ones and these ones are the smaller ones, so she's separating them in order to get smaller size, not the bigger size. So you have to look for a sieve, so that you pour it into the sieve. As she's able to pour it inside the sieve, it means that she's done. But the smaller one, but these ones are too big, so she have to do it again in order to get a definite shape. But for this one, she's done. Okay, she has poured back the bigger ones into the mixing bowl again, just to make it into just to let it be as this one is, because when it's too big you can't eat it. It will not be very nice. So she has poured the bigger ones back into the bowl and add a little bit water and the flour again, which is the yam flour. Because it became watery too much, she added some of the flour into it to make it a little bit harder. She is adding flour to it so that it will become hard, because she added too much of water, which make it soft too much. So she's adding the flour to make it a little bit harder. She's just doing this in order to let it get a nice shape and easy for eating. And easy to eat. And she is down for now because first of all you have to fill a pot with water. Just let's say half of it, and then you put the sieve in which the food is on top of the pot. You don't supposed to pour the food inside the pot. And then the small flour that you have mixed, you will take it to cover the space in between the the pot and the sieve This is not to allow any vapor to pass through, any vapor to come out of these holes that I'm filling. This is just to cover these holes. You have to do this until you cover all those holes between the sieve and the pot. I came back to check and it's not cooked well. Yeah, this is the first process, so I have to fetch it out and let it cool down small so that I'll bring it back and cook it again. Okay, we are trying to separate it so that you put it down for it to cool down, so that you put it back into the sieve and cook it again. But you have to, after separating it and it cools down, you have to wash it again so that the starch in which it is in will leave it, so that it will separate from itself. Now we have separated it from each other. Then you put it down for it to cool down. When it cool down, and then you wash it again, and then you cook it back. Since it has cooled down, we are now coming to wash it so that we will remove the starch from it. The starch that is inside, you want the starch to come out so that you will get the main food. You have to rinse it and separate it from the dirty water and pour the food inside a clean bowl. You have to rinse it. You have to look for a sieve, a small sieve, so that you'll be able to separate the food from the water. After you have rinsed it, after you have rinsed it, after you have washed it and rinsed it and pour it into a nice bowl, and then you pour it back into the sieve again to cook it for the second time. Cook it for the second time. This is when it is going to be completely cooked. Then you cover it so that it will